All right, we got the thumbs up from Lori. We'll go ahead and call the meeting into order for the June 2025 Leitchfield Tourism and Convention Commission meeting. Thank you all for being here. We'll start with visitors. I know we have Jessica Embry from the hospital. If you'd like to come up and say a few words about Fiddle. Thanks for being with us.
You got 5 minutes, Jessica.
I'm not long-winded, Kelly. First of all, I want to say thank you to you all for approving the grant for the Fiddle 5K. This will be our first year hosting this event. It's going to be the Friday night before the Twin Lakes National Fiddlers Festival, or Championship, I'm sorry, so July 18th. Our plan is to do registration starting at 6 p.m. At 7 p.m., we're going to have a family fun walk, which will be free, so anybody in the community can come and join us for that event. And then at 8 o'clock, we'll kick off our 5K. That is going to end hopefully just right in time before the fireworks start, and we'll end the night with the fireworks show. One reason we wanted to do this, obviously, is to increase physical activity in our community. That's what we hope to do with the Fit Fiddle program. Hopefully you all have all heard of Fit Fiddle by now. Is everybody up here heard of Fit Fiddle? I've got a really cute picture of Carla and her family with Fit Fiddle, I know. But this is something that the Community Health Committee with Twin Lakes started. I think it's been 2 years now that we started this. And we've been in all the elementary schools, the middle school. The kids love Fit Fiddle. I really think it's made an impact in our community. And so we just really appreciate you all supporting this initiative and helping us further our mission to get everybody active. So thank you all.
Right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you all. You're free to go if you want. You don't have to. All right, looks like we also have some representatives from the Twin Lakes Skate Park with us. Thanks for being with us. Would you guys like to come to the podium and say anything?
We're just here in case you guys have any questions about our previous meeting. Okay,
good deal. We will get to that. We'll address that in old business in our minutes meeting. All right. Take time, if you haven't already, they were emailed out earlier, the minutes of last meeting, the May meeting. We'll entertain a motion to approve those or take any questions or comments on them.
Make a motion to approve.
Anthony first, Joyce beat Angie. All in favor with the sign of aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so moved. Financial report.
In those reports, you have the normal reports that you're given for tourism, the pool, and then all combined, but you also have the cash and cash equivalents from Sabrina.
Yeah, sorry. I was supposed to give those to you last time. They were laying on my desk, and I forgot them in my office
Hey,
at
better
the
late
last
than never.
meeting. So I apologize, but that's your quarterly cash and cash equivalents. So you'll get another one for the June 30 numbers
Next
here
meeting.
probably next month or so. So
Okay.
sorry about that.
No,
That's a
thanks for
little late.
providing those. Any questions or comments on the financial reports as they're presented? Hearing none, we'll take a motion to approve.
So moved.
Kelly, Angie, all in favor with the sign of aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so moved, thank you. Old business, Elsa, retail coach.
We had a Zoom meeting yesterday with Retail Coach, and they provided a report that's in your packet. And I also emailed out later in the afternoon the updated mobile data surveys that we thought was quite interesting.
Oh, yeah. Everybody get a chance to at least look at that?
Yeah.
There's some good info in there.
Okay, and then we do have future scheduled meetings to make sure that we're on track the Monday before our meeting each month. For Parks and Recreation, Tammy has notes on the back, and then I'll turn that over to her if you have any questions or additional comments.
The tap fixture did arrive, however, Terry says we'd have to shut down the top pool for 2 days. So instead of doing that, we decided we'd wait till August when we close it during the week. That way he can get that installed without having any upset people for not letting their kids play in the
It
top
doesn't
area.
provide a safety concern, right?
No
It was more
safety
just
concern. There was a
aesthetics.
broken piece, and we just removed that entire
Okay.
piece, so everything else is still fine. It's more of a hairline fracture in the bases, but
Okay.
he's been keeping a close eye on everything.
Good.
I saw you were at capacity over the weekend.
We've been at capacity 3 days in a row.
Great.
And I know it upsets a lot of people, but we've been keeping tally. We scan all their season passes, and then with the Clover report, it shows how many people have come through. But we've been capacity, I think it was Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then late night swim, we hit capacity almost at the time we opened. So there was a lot of upset people who had to leave.
What is capacity?
500.
Wow.
Architecturally, it's 700. Safety-wise, through the state for aquatic, it's 500.
Pent up demand from all the rain we've been having, I guess.
I think
and the
so.
cool weather. People want to get out.
Yeah.
Tammy, how many season passes do you sell? And if you don't know, you can tell us later.
Yeah, I don't know, but I can.
I'm
look
just
up. I know
curious
it's like 3 pages long.
So there's several, I guess.
Yeah, and they're still buying it. And we've decided to, I talked with the lead guard. For the people who walk the lazy river, we've decided to go ahead and do it every day and evening, Monday through Thursday. Because the guards are there anyway cleaning up afterwards, so we just put a guard on the stand over there to watch the lazy river, and they were very recipient about that.
You
We've had
get
more
good
people come.
participation on that?
There's quite a lot. We've
Good.
had, and since we've changed the days and do it morning and evening, we've had a few more that have bought this $40 season pass to walk the lazy. And we open it up for lap swim too, but only on the days that we do not have swim lessons
Okay.
because we utilize that area.
Okay, good. Do you have anything else?
District tournament this weekend, right?
Yes. We appreciate anybody that wants to come out and
Gonna
check
be a
it
big
out.
deal.
With that, I think I don't know if I put it in here or not. We were looking to see if we could possibly borrow the golf cart. Because if some people have to park at ECTC, we'd like to be able to offer them some transportation because it is going to be pretty hot, and I'm just concerned about people having to walk back and up and down that hill.
And an employee will be driving the cart?
Yes, I've already stated only an employee can drive
Right.
it, so, but if that would be okay with you guys, we'd really appreciate it.
Who'd you say would be driving the car? I'm
It'll
sorry.
either be me or Jody,
Oh, okay,
but it won't be anybody else.
okay.
That's
I didn't
not
hear
a-
who you said.
No kids will be
Tammy.
driving
Thank
it,
you.
I guess, right?
I'm sorry?
No kids or
No,
no
no, no, no.
minors, right?
Okay.
No.
I think it's a great idea.
We were looking at some of it yesterday, there's possibility of 39 games over there.
Wow,
Wow.
35 for sure,
right.
the possibility of 39.
That'd be a lot of people.
Yeah, Adair County couldn't house all of their softball, so we are also hosting softball.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, one of, I think it's 7U, right? 8U, 7U, we're hosting them over at softball, so we'll have both parks going.
That's
Jeez.
great.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's why it's there. All right, anything else, Tammy?
Should it go like that email?
Looks like you covered it.
About 1,700, we've covered it.
That's however you want to handle that.
We're good, yeah.
Okay, so disregard the conversations that we were having about the 1,700.
Oh,
that could
okay.
potentially be needed. I think Tammy says they have that
Yeah,
covered.
after talking with Sabrina and looking at her footnotes that she puts in the budget, we
You got
have
it.
the funds there to do that.
Good.
Okay.
You'll need all hands on deck, it sounds like.
Yes.
Elsa?
Yes.
Can I go back to the aquatic center just for a second? I just wanted to share this with Tammy. I was at one of the businesses here in the city last week, and I overheard a conversation of a lady, and she was very, very complimentary of the aquatic center.
That's good.
The cleanliness of it and just the overall thing. And so anyway, I just wanted to share that with you and tell you thanks for what you do.
I appreciate that, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
But I can't take all the credit. I have to give it to my managers over there that do a really good job.
It's good to hear. All right. Is that all for Parks and Rec?
Okay, for gospel, we did have our first gospel concert a couple weeks ago. The weather was not good
It
to
rained,
us at
didn't
all.
it?
It rained. So it was moved to the middle school auditorium, which is a beautiful location. It was a great concert. Attendance was down because of the weather. And of course, we lost the food trucks. But I would still say there was close to 100 people there. And it was a good event. The next gospel concert will be on August 8th, and that's Joseph Habedank with First
Habedank.
Baptist Church. So I expect that to be a good one. If we move on to East Main Market, you have, the next two events are flyers in your packet, so that you'll have that, there's one this coming weekend. And then we talked briefly at the last meeting about having, or Danielle did, about having a mural placed on her building. Erlene has given us a contract that we could use for that, and it's for $1 to be able to utilize the side of the building. It's $2,000 that would be painted by Jordan Grant, and you have a copy in your packet of what the design would be. Of course, that would come out of next fiscal year special event expense if you want to move forward with that.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, so if you guys want to do that, I would like to have
We
a
need to-
motion for
okay.
minutes, if you want to.
All right.
Said Jordan's the one who painted the mural over at Bevel Park, so if you've seen that one, you can see she does really well.
Yeah, she's good.
That's very pretty.
All right, do we get a motion from anyone to,
I'll make a motion.
thank you. Angie, second. All in favor with the sign of aye?
Aye.
All right, any opposed? All right, so moved. When does she plan to start on that? Do you have any idea?
No, I mean, I think what there would have a lot to do with
Right.
her schedule. But I would hope it would be done in July, by the end of July.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
so soon.
nice.
Yeah, it's a 7 by 10.
Okay. Will it be on the side of her building that faces East Main, or the side?
The side that
Of the building.
faces,
The courthouse?
yeah,
That
Okay,
makes sense.
yeah. That would be the only side I could see where,
okay, that's where I guess I assumed, but,
That'll look really good.
okay. 25, 26 officers. We put that over to this meeting because we did have a couple gone at the last meeting. But, so either someone needs to present a new slate or make a motion to keep the slate that we have in place for 25, 26.
Well, I think Ryan does a good job.
well, thank
I
you.
make a motion, we keep the slate as it is.
All right,
I'll second
appreciate
that.
it. First by Anthony, second by Carla. All in favor with the sign of aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? I guess my vote counts. No.
Okay, if we move on to Fiddlin', in your packet, you do have the schedule of events, and I love that it just kind of keeps growing, like the Fit Fiddle 5K. I feel like there probably will be a couple additional things added to this, but it'll be here before our next meeting, so.
Yeah, it's 3 weeks from this weekend, I
Right.
noticed.
The days are rolling right along.
I did get notification yesterday, we supposed to have some services here from Japan, so
Wow.
Did you say Japan?
Wow.
Canada,
Contested.
20 states.
Contested.
Everything goes well.
Wow.
And our roads are gonna look really good too, when that's all done.
Yeah, extra hot.
Extra hot.
So I did put a post out a few weeks ago because I feel like we need some good pictures and videos of the events that we have, better than what I do on my iPhone. So I've gotten several quotes back for that. One was Kevin Butler, who has taken it upon himself and he's donated his time to do the last gospel in East Main Market.
Yeah.
So those are photos and videos.
That's great.
I'll go through those, but I.
So
feel
where
like
will
he-
you, what's your intent? How are you going to get those out? On social media, I guess?
Right, we can use them for social media, but we really need to have a bank of stuff too. So if we're doing other ads, we don't have great pictures or videos to be able to produce or share. So it's something that we could keep forever.
That's great.
Good.
Okay, the next thing would be other. In your packets, you have the Twin Lakes Skate Park project funding summary request.
Forgot what day we got this. I guess the 19th. Did everybody get a chance to look at it?
Yes.
First, are there any questions about it while we have the crew here with us? Not necessarily. I will say, we've had a couple meetings about the skate park. We're in full support of it. But, there's always a but. I don't feel at this point we can fund the entire request.
Okay.
I think we're definitely in for something. We haven't had a specific meeting to talk about a specific dollar amount. Explain to us again, and I think I'm in full understanding in the sheet. I mean, it says phase 1 and phase 2, but phase 1, you guys have already done the online survey, right?
Yes,
And
we
you
have.
have that, you shared that with us last time.
Yes.
But that was there any cost to that?
No.
Okay.
It was under my assumption that was to kind of get an idea of like how we wanted to
I got
start
it.
the design.
Right.
Now,
So-
we have reached out to 5 people about the geotech survey, which we
Right.
didn't have a lot of information
Okay.
about when we were here last
Right.
time. Hang on, I had that pulled up. I think it was $7,800 was one proposal, which is for 5.
Core
Yeah,
drills or whatever.
for 5 drills. That's with Cornerstone Geotech.
Where are
it
they
doesn't-
out of, do you know?
Hang on, let me see if it'll tell me. I know there's 2 from Louisville, one from Bowling Green, and one from. So Jesse did this, our vice president.
Okay, that's
so
fine.
I'm not 100% sure.
Cornerstone's out of Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay. So.
So was that the cheapest bid, or were they all about that same?
It's the only one we have so far. Yeah.
Oh,
So 2 of the people that we reached out to talked to Bryce at Hunger Skate Park to see what we needed, and they're working on those proposals
So they're
now.
working on a quote.
Yeah, and then one person hasn't responded at all,
Okay.
and then.
But that's really phase 2, right?
No, the
or is that
geotech
phase
will
one?
be phase 1, so they
I see that, okay.
know how to like design the
Right.
drainage into the system.
So phase 1 is more site development, site survey.
Yeah, kind of
type
figuring
just-
out where we're
right.
going.
And then phase 2 would actually be they draw up the actual documents to
Correct.
fit the terrain of that. Gotcha.
Yeah. It would have everything ready for us to find a construction company and get the.
Did they give you any idea on turnaround time of that geotech at all? Have you gotten that far with them yet?
Hang on just a second. I'll ask Jesse. He's watching live.
Oh, good.
He's the one that's been in contact with them, so. But he lives in Louisville. It's kind of hard for him to get
No,
down
that's
here.
fine. I understand totally. So really, and this says this. but
So I
just
misspoke. Phase 1 does give us design documents. And 6-week turnaround time on the geotech survey, he said.
6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Which of the 2 phases is most important for you to be able to apply for grants?
So phase 1 probably,
I guess first you need to make sure the ground's gonna work.
Before we can get grants approved, they obviously want to see the design and
Sure.
concept and rendering of the project itself, so they can understand what we should be granted
Right.
as financial, because there will be construction documents in the bid package and everything. and things
Okay.
like that,
So it's hand in hand, really. You need
yeah.
both.
I mean, we'll have like a design, but we wouldn't have the official documents until phase 2. So phase 1 is kind of where we can tweak things. And then
Okay.
in phase 2 is when they give us the official documents and, we've got the blueprints and here we go.
Right.
So, let's see here. It will give us renders and a concrete budget / timeline for applying for grants. I know one of the hurdles.
That's phase 2,
That's phase 1.
phase 1.
One of the hurdles we had was that we had not been approved for our 501c3 yet, but we've gotten that taken care of and they backdated it to last
Oh,
year.
good.
So that was what, in January?
January.
We got our letter that we were approved,
Mm-hmm.
so that kind of put us on hold. And then we had the casino night planned, so we were like, well, let's see what that's done. Then Casey's had a baby, so,
All right. No, I get it.
Life
Life
moves.
happens.
Moves on.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my main concerns is with it is how, I guess, what grants do you think you can get to fund this entire project? Because you're
That's
gonna
a
have
you
to fundraise or borrow it,
We
right?
have to do a lot of fundraising. There's actually some grants out there. I think it's like Casey had mentioned it. It was like the U.S.
USDA, I know for sure.
Yeah, and the USDA is actually giving out really large grants for skate parks and recreation.
I was gonna say, what are these other communities, how are they paying for them?
Yeah.
Most of them are paid for through the city budget.
I
Through
got you.
city budget and then in grants. And
Okay.
you get like some skate park grants, or the skate park project grants, like the Tony Hawk Foundation.
So how big are those grants? And Do you even know?
The Tony Hawk Foundation, which is now the skate park project, I think they just go up to $25,000. But, they help also, I think that they use their resources as well to, help us, basically market it and everything like that, to get it out. Yeah.
So, in other cities, as far as like who's running the park after it's built, maintaining it, et cetera, who is
That's
doing
the
that?
city.
It's the city. It's not a nonprofit group.
No. From what we have gathered, we're essentially one of the only ones that have ever tried to do it like this. When we talked to Hunger, they were like, most of the time we're working with city officials. And so, we tried to go that route. It didn't really go how they wanted it to go. So they formed a nonprofit and they're like, we'll figure it out. So that's why we're here.
I get it, I like it.
And just to clarify, to make sure I'm thinking of this correct, because I know it's going through everyone's mind here, because this is going to be built on county property.
Correct.
Once you get it built, that's not something that's going to fall upon the city.
No.
To maintain it up.
We
You guys
already have
a
our
plan.
Yeah, we already have our plot. It's in the city limits, but it's county ground. And
We have talked about doing the maintenance and stuff.
that's in our bylaws.
Yes, so
That we will-
We would do fundraising to provide the. funds.
Anything that needs to be repaired, we will maintain a budget for that.
With it being a concreted skate park, though, the maintenance is gonna be super low. The only thing would be would basically be lawn.
And trash, I'm sure.
Right.
He says that there's a $10,000 to $100,000 range for grants. And it's in our mission that we're dedicated to maintenance after it's built up. On a completely volunteer basis.
I mean, it is a concern going forward. I mean, just thinking out loud, I guess. I mean, being on county property, let's just say the volunteer, we all know things don't always go as planned. I mean, and we haven't talked to the judge of the county court to know what their feelings are on it, I
Right.
guess. But somebody's gonna have to ultimately be responsible for that. We're probably putting the cart before the horse at this point, but
Right. Well, I mean,
just thinking out loud.
we plan to do everything that has to do with the skate park. Like maintenance wise, repairs, keeping it up.
right.
It's when that skate park project will still be going.
Yeah, this isn't like we're gonna get the skate park built and be like, it's your problem.
So you think you have enough people to build and for years to come?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So we're obviously raising our kids up in it.
Other skate parks actually has like a regimen of how they keep their skate parks maintained, so we will follow that.
They have some good-looking parks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're professionals, so they're.
Any other questions at this point?
So will we have a special meeting to discuss this, or?
And would somebody from the county have to be present for that? I don't know. How does that work?
I mean, I think we're to the point, just speaking out loud, I think we're to the point we either need to decide what we want to fund, or if we feel like we need to table it and talk to the county officials to get their feel for where it will go.
Like, is it more of a collaborative decision?
Right.
I'm asking, I don't know.
So I
What's
think
the, I mean,
we could have a special call meeting or wait till the next meeting if you guys want and ask Kevin to be here. I did speak with him. It's been a couple months ago before the last visit. And he said that he was fine with the donation of the land for you guys to do the placement there, but they had no financial funding.
Correct.
To put toward it.
And they've made that very clear from day one.
so they're just kind of hands off at this point.
So the land is what they're
The
doing?
land is what they.
The land is what they're donating.
Okay.
Which is over by Springview, right before you turn into their parking lot.
On the right.
Which
Okay.
is very
Yeah, on the
generous.
right.
No, it's a great spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
It's like out of the way, but not out of the way.
Right, still in town, but
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Can we not wait till next month to decide this?
That's completely up to you guys.
I don't want to wait another month, because it's just going on and on.
Right.
So you're
Do y'all want-
suggesting to make a motion.
Well,
Mr. Chairman, I have a
see,
question.
I was
Apparently,
out of
Kelly-
the loop from last month a bit, so.
I know that.
Okay, Kelly.
so Jesse just said we have a formal agreement with the county for the land.
Okay.
Okay.
Kelly, what were you gonna say?
My question is, what is your backup plan if you don't get full funding from us
Or you get partial funding?
We'll just keep fundraising.
We just keep throwing events every year.
So per the IRS, we can only have 2 fundraising events a year, so we've already had our 2 for the fiscal year. So we've already got 2 in the works for next year, but we obviously have to wait till the fiscal year to get those rolling. And we just plan to do everything we can to get like our word out, who we are, what we're doing. We just had National Go Skate Day on Saturday. There was like 160 people there.
Wow, where at?
In Caneyville at the Purple Flash
Okay,
skate spot.
yeah.
So Hoover Majors helped sponsor that. We had like a bounce house and free food and activities for the kids to do.
Cool.
It was very successful.
Great.
Good.
Yeah. So
And you-
Board contests and
we gave out free safety kits.
little training sessions.
Right.
And it's like a training ground
Yeah.
for us, and that's where we go to skateboard.
Yeah, it's cool.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
You presently have $22,000 in the bank. Is that correct? Okay.
That's correct.
All right, and you're needing $50,000 to get the project started with these, who is it, Hunger, is it? Yeah, Hunger Skate Parks. So do you have to pay Hunger Skate Parks up front to get them to go forward?
So we have to pay, so the 50,000 is for 2 phases.
Yeah.
So if we did 25 is for one phase, 25 is for the second phase. We thought that getting us to phase 2 would kind of give the community security and like we have documents and we can start finding people to help us build the skate park, like reach out to construction companies and things like that to donate materials. But if we only got phase 1 funded, we would just continue to raise money until we could also pay for phase 2.
I mean, you're well on your way to have one of the phases paid for.
Yeah, yeah.
With your own money. So
Correct.
that says a lot.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to,
In 2 events. We did
Right.
that in 2 events.
Yeah.
So,
Just to get the concept, design, and rendering would be $25,000. That would be delivered directly to Hunger Skate Parks to get that in motion, and that would probably be about a six to
week,
8 week
yeah.
turnaround to have that. Once that is produced, it would be like tangible evidence to give to other entities to offer their grants and things as such. So once that is, that would be like getting the ball rolling.
Right. I get
That
it.
would be almost a completion of phase 1 as well.
Yeah.
With that 50,000, we would also, which is coming out of our funds to do the core drilling. So with that extra 50,000, that would give us options more as to get into phase 2.
Jesse said he's 100% confident this grant from Litchfield will be the catalyst for us getting accepted for other grants. It shows them that we are doing the work, we're doing what we're supposed to. We have successfully obtained other grants, and it seems more appealing.
no, I get it.
That makes
Kelly, were you gonna
sense.
say something else?
Well, here's where I'm going. They have $22,000 that they've raised, and this was from the last meeting that we had, or the first meeting? Okay. And what are your current expenses right now for the $22,000?
The only expense that we have to pay for is like our website, our email.
It's operational.
Yeah, operational. So no one collects a salary from this. We are all volunteers.
I think Casey said last time it was a very nominal amount.
Yeah, I
Kelly
don't
wasn't
think
here.
it's
You weren't
$100
here,
a
but
month.
Casey talked about it a few months ago now. There's hardly any operational expenses
And
there.
so we actually have our money in some kind of savings account right now that the interest we make actually pays for our operational costs.
Okay.
So we haven't lost any money.
That's good.
I don't know anything about that, so.
Leave you out of that conversation.
Yeah.
So do we need to have another meeting separately from this? Or do you all want to move forward and vote now? See, I'm just gonna be really honest with you guys. Obviously, we all think that this could be successful. I think
100%.
it could be successful. People would use the park. There would be events. It would be awesome, right? This is a big number to ask for when nothing's happened yet. I mean, I know that
Absolutely.
you all are very passionate, you all want this. I don't doubt that at all. I think our biggest fear is something dying on the vine. And, I mean, because that happens, right? We've got a certain level of responsibility with this money, with everything that we spend here. So it's kind of just scary, a little, you know.
It's a leap of faith, for
It's
sure,
a-
but you all have
absolutely,
taken
yeah.
that leap too.
And
so.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have, and you put I mean,
We're very, very, very passionate. There are skateboarders in this community that will benefit, and the kids that, I mean, I just seen it Saturday, Go Skate Day, I mean, it's a national Go Skateboarding Day. As many kids as were out there with the contest and seeing, and I know this is just maybe emotional, and it seems, you know, at face value kind of thing, but there are people in this community that are very passionate about skateboarding, as much as there are basketball players
Sure.
that are passionate about the basketball
Right.
fields. And a training grounds for skateboarding and to build this up in this community is something that the Twin Lakes Skateboard Project and me personally will continue to strive. And like, I'm not begging or nothing, I'm just stating the obvious of how I feel.
No, I get it.
And we're very, very passionate, and we're gonna continue to keep going with this as far as it'll go, you know, until the skate
I
park's
know
done,
we
until
brought
the
it up
grand scheme
the
is
last
done.
time, that was the library, who was gonna cover it once it is complete, is,
And there's a KRS statute. Casey knows all that. I don't know the actual statute, but there's a sign that you post that it falls under the public trails and parks.
He addressed that.
There's no liability.
I think he sent a follow-up email even,
Yes.
didn't he,
I
about
mean,
that,
we've
with
already
that
had
statute in
a
it?
little skate park, so I'm sure that has been figured out in the past. And I
Yeah.
don't know how much of an issue that would really be, since that's already been a protocol.
county property and they.
Right, right.
So Jesse says that the amount of money that we've raised on our own shows our dedication. I think a lot of the hardest work we've had to do was in this first year. We figured all of that out, and now this is just getting the money and let's go. You know, we don't have to apply for a 501c3 anymore, and I don't know if anybody in here has ever done that, but the paperwork is insane. And we did it all ourselves. We didn't have an accountant or anything to help us do that.
I'm for it. I am scared to say the 50 right now. Is anybody else?
No,
No, I agree. I'm amazed at your all's passion, and I do think that this could be successful down the road. We support you 100%. It's just, that's a lot lot of money.
We know it's a lot of money.
What if,
We've
Hey,
been
ask
back
for
and
the
forth
moon.
for
I like it.
I
months
know, my
on how
eyes
much we
were
should
like,
ask.
No,
What if
there's
we
no,
do-
hey,
what
I don't
about
hold
half?
it against you at all.
What if we start with half?
I mean, that would
for
be
phase
fine.
one?
That would pay for
How do you
phase
all-
one. That also gives us something to show the community. Like, we have a design at this point. That right now, I think a lot of the community.
The design is tangible evidence for someone. to
Correct.
hold up.
I think right now it's all a pipe dream.
No, I get it.
We have nothing. We have $22,000 in the bank, but we don't have, and we have an agreement with Hunger, but we have nothing else.
Okay.
If
all
we
right.
get a design, we
You're-
can show that to the community, and we're like, we are moving forward, and it
No, I
sets
agree.
us up for more
Well,
success.
I admire all of you, and if I ever start a project, I want you on my team, okay?
Are you
Yeah.
starting a skate park?
Yeah, I need a skate park.
Joyce wants to skate.
Jesse just sent me, it's KRS 411.190.
Yeah, I think Casey sent that out.
I think that there was a
Or in his
sheet that,
package or something.
Well, I don't know how everybody else feels about it.
Lay it out there.
Lay it out.
I would like to make a motion to cover the first phase one, for $25,000. But
Okay, so there's a motion.
that's a motion.
Is there a second?
And
Sabrina?
y'all can ask questions, or Sabrina's
So-
got that smile. What does that mean?
What do you think?
Just like making sure it's like, is this like, we're just gonna give them, or we're gonna have to see like an invoice?
Well, obviously, we'd have to see.
we're happy to
it.
do that
figure
too.
out- We would have to figure out the details.
Yeah, absolutely. We
We're
would-
happy to send you guys whatever you need.
We will
I
have
can
to.
check with Jeff to make sure, but I just wanna make that clear.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
I'm with you 100%.
Commitment to that, but I would make it clear that it's
Right.
not just, we're not just donating that, it's.
You need to provide the bid.
A reimbursement.
and then
Yeah,
the
well,
invoice.
it would be more involved, like everything that we do.
Right.
But I can
Right.
check with Jeff to make sure we do it, you know, I don't see an issue with it, I'm just saying I wanna make sure we do it.
They don't show up
Correct.
driving a boat through
No, I
town or
I have a
something.
question on the motion, Mr. Chairman.
Sure.
The motion is for $25,000 phase one. Does that mean they're gonna come back and ask for the phase two, 25?
Our hope is that we can, at this point, qualify for other grants.
What do you
so
mean
you-
qualify for the other?
So, like, we can start applying for other grants. Of course, I don't know if the federal, like, freeze is still on spending money for grants. That's kind of put us on a hold for a while. But we're hoping to take that we've gotten this grant and show and apply for other grants and be like, well, we got this grant, so, you know, does that make sense? I feel like that was kind of,
Having the design in itself you have to have that before you can apply for other skateboard, like, grants specifically.
Gotcha.
For
Like
park,
the
for skateboard recreation, yes. Like those, with that design, concept, and rendering, which will be provided by Hunger Skate Park once we pay for it, but that right there is, you have the bid, the construction documents, and then you can apply for those grants. So it's just like, you all here, you know, like, kind of, it's like kind of scared to say, hey, this and another. They won't really technically give you that until you have the design.
I feel like probably what's gonna happen, Kelly, is they probably will come back.
I'm not making any promises that I won't come.
But I think that we could maybe go into it with more confidence.
Yes.
So we
Depending
already
on
have
where
the
they are in the
proposal.
phase.
Jesse
My
just sent me the proposal for the phase
I mean, the
one.
motion's still on the table, but my question is, knowing our present financial situation, and its need in the community, and at the first, I wanted them to have some skin in the game. Looks like they've done that now, which I'm impressed with.
Right, me too.
Rather than have to come back for another meeting, I would entertain maybe the full funding of $50,000.
Kelly, you want to?
The motion's on the table for the $25,000.
I mean, if Kelly's saying
We
that.
have to have the paperwork, we have to have the proposal.
We already have we're happy to email that to Ilsa so she can get that out to you guys. We already have the proposals. I have it right here if you want it.
He wants a sign.
He wants another
Baseball
unveiling.
and skate park.
Yeah, Kelly.
We can't,
No,
we can't do that sight unseen without all of that.
Absolutely
No,
not.
that's a lot of money.
We're happy to email whatever you guys want. I have, if you want to see phase one's proposal, I have it right here.
Send it to Elsa, please.
Okay, I'll have Casey or Jesse do that.
I've never.
Right there. Okay, so he'll forward that over for you guys.
Well, there's still a motion out there, I guess officially for
Well-
$25,000.
Can we make two motions at once? How's that work?
Can you?
No, you can't.
Withdraw your motion.
You can retract it. It hasn't been voted on.
Are we gonna vote on it?
Or should we just wait until phase one is complete? And
It
see
scares
where
me.
we're at?
It scares me a little.
That's a big I just
That's
want
a
you
big
guys to know.
commitment.
Absolutely, we understand that.
Is a huge commitment for us. Even the 25 is a big commitment.
Yeah, we totally get that.
And it's not something I want to jump into blindly,
Right.
honestly. At this point, I don't feel perfectly comfortable that I have enough info.
I don't either.
And you may get that phase one and be like, hey, you know what? That's not going to work over there. They hit rock or whatever, or sinkhole or whatever.
Well,
I don't know. That's
how
just
long will phase one take?
8 to 12 weeks
from when it starts.
from when we submit payment. And that included the 2 weeks of the survey that they went ahead and let us do.
Oh,
So I'm hopeful that it's a little
6.
less than that.
The geotech survey will come out of our funds.
Yeah.
22,000 that we have. So it's
Okay.
not the 25,000, if that's what y'all propose. The 25,000 would be go directly to skate park design, concept, and rendering.
Okay.
That would be it would basically be a hand straight from you to Hunger Skate Park.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be wrong there, but that's
Well, that's how it'd have to
that's
be,
how
so,
like you said, the hit rock thing, that's
on you
that's
guys.
on us. Now, obviously, if we hit rock, I mean, they would just have to dig around it, and a lot of.
So Jesse said there are 2 potential spots that the county has said we can use. So the geotech survey is going to be used to determine which of those 2 spots we will use.
On the same part of
It is all on the same part of land, just 2 kind of different, like one's closer to the library,
Right.
one's closer to the nursing home.
And, that's coming out of our funds, so, I mean,
Will you guys have another fundraiser this summer or fall?
It will be in the fall. We've decided I think we're gonna do another concert. We raised most of our money with the concert. People loved it. I think we didn't do very well getting all of that out there for people to see. I think we could have done way better if we would have marketed ourselves a little bit better. But we have already approved that we're gonna do another concert. We just don't know who's gonna be there yet.
Right. No, it's,
We did it in October last year.
Yeah.
Right, right.
So Jesse just said that the geotech survey takes 6 to 8 weeks, and then phase 1 is 8 to 12 weeks after the delivery of the survey results. So we're looking about 18 to 20 weeks.
Right, so,
So if we
Fall,
waited until
winter.
next month, we would still be okay.
You couldn't start phase 2 without
one
completion
anyway.
of phase 1.
Correct.
So, you know, I'm not gonna withdraw it, my motion.
well, my thought,
Unless, okay, go ahead.
my thought is, they're gonna have another fundraiser. As Kelly already alluded to, I like to see skin in the game. You guys
Correct.
have proven you can raise some money. I love it. I think you need to keep raising money, though,
We're happy to.
and not lean on us to pay for all of that.
Correct.
So I kind of like Carla's suggestion of paying for 25 of this first study. You guys are going to pay for the geotech.
Yep.
Next, let's just say in the fall, it's time for phase 2. You will hopefully have had your second big fundraiser. I hope you have $50,000 from it,
Right.
but I'm going to be real, you probably won't.
Right. No.
And I would like personally to see you guys, this next 25, maybe you pay for 3/4 of that. And we,
Okay.
that's just a suggestion, it's not a motion, it's not a guarantee. But
Right.
What?
Ron, he said it had to come out of their funds.
The
The first
geotech
25
does.
comes from them anyway, has to.
The geotech survey comes
The
from us.
$7,800.
$7,800, it's $7,800 as the first bid, the bid that we got from Quinn.
Right, I mean, it might be, you're right, less or
I'm
more.
not against giving more for, you know, phase 2 if, when that time comes. I'm not, you know,
I'd like to
I
see their
understand, I
financial
understand.
position. Yeah, that's just
I
me.
understand.
And we're happy to do that and come back and ask for more later.
But I think,
We like seeing you guys.
I'm a firm believer that this skate park will actually bring funds and bring people and tourism.
I totally agree, or
it
we
will.
wouldn't be part of it.
I think it will.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I believe that there will be some revenue
Yeah.
from the actual skate park as well. I mean, obviously, that's, like I said, put the cart in front of the
Yeah, I
horse.
know.
But at the end result.
I mean, we know when people
skate,
come skate, they're gonna go eat,
Absolutely.
spend money in town.
Every community's gonna
Right.
get water, especially
Right.
if it's hot,
Exactly.
you know, this
I
thing-
think it's gonna be really great.
Mr.
We
Chairman,
travel a lot.
I probably spend.
Skate.
I probably spend a couple $100 every.
Running around.
In other places because I travel.
Yeah,
As I
Kelly's
said,
got
we,
something.
we support you 100%.
We appreciate that
That's
so
not
much.
it, we're just
Too.
trying,
It's a lot of money.
that's a lot of money for all of us.
Community knows, so.
Yeah,
I
there
got
you
two
go.
thumbs up to that.
Kelly, you had a comment?
well, based on the chairman's recommendation, I'm going to second Carla's motion of $25,000.
All right, we have a first and a second. All in favor with the sign of aye?
I
Any
Thank you,
opposed? So moved.
feel
Thank
like,
you, guys.
There we
feel
go.
like we was on Shark Tank.
I know. I don't talk in front of people, so I was
You did
like,
great.
uh-oh.
You did
Thank
great.
you. Thank you guys so much.
Good work, guys. Look forward to talking to you more about it.
We really appreciate it. And I will get that proposal sent over to you guys. I'll have Jesse do that, so you guys can take a
Yeah,
look at that.
if the send it to Elsa, she'll get it out to us all.
And who are you? What's your name?
My name is Danny Saltzman.
D-A-N-I?
Uh-oh,
I know you.
he's writing
Great job
your name down,
representing
you're in
today.
trouble.
You've had it
I would
down.
just like it to be known that I'm not a skater, and the only reason I was asked to be on the board is because I was a female. I swear.
Well, you better learn to skate.
They were not very organized. Mason was the secretary, and he didn't even have a laptop.
Oh, man.
So he was taking notes by hand, and
Well, there
then
you
was
go.
like, "You need a female." So Casey called me, and I was like, "Well, I don't know anything
I mean-
about skating." but-
Well, I think they made a good choice in picking you. You did a good job.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing. All right, we better move on here. Any
Yeah.
other old business?
Not
If
for
not-
me, just,
None, we'll go to new business.
okay, just Grayson County Thrive is today at the Extension Office from 1 to 5, and we will have a booth there. And
Is
then.
it outside?
No, ours is not.
good.
There's some outside. I'm going to skip down to Gun and Knife Show because I think Scotty has to leave, and he's been super involved in this. Several months ago, we were really just kind of throwing around the idea at the Center on Main about a gun and knife show, and I think Scotty came into conversation. He had been to one, and we're gonna try to have one at the center. When I say we, the Center on Main is going to be the sponsor of that, so the
Okay.
fundraiser would be for the center. But we'll be involved in help, and we're going to lean on Scotty a lot to get valuable information that we don't We don't know. The
Would there-
tentative date of that, it's October 25th. Do you have anything to add? Because I have no expertise in the area, except I can rent a spot.
One of the things that you guys might be able to help us with, one of the things that we need to have access to that we don't really have right now are 6-foot tables. They have 15 at the center. There, I think, are another half dozen at the tail. But many of the folks have the round tables, which are not, they don't work well.
No.
Right.
We need the 6-foot tables to be able to set up. From some of the measuring and drawing that we've done, we can easily put 40 tables in there. You charge by the table for the vendors. They will pay X amount of dollars per table to be able to display their stuff. And then, of course, there's a gate. You charge
So there's admission fee to,
bid,
okay.
admission fee. And we're hoping to be able to set up some food vendors there as well, maybe outside. And, but right now, the tables are the big thing. So if you all have any bright ideas about someone that has 25 or 30 tables that we can borrow.
So you need 25 or 30?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if we could set up 40 tables in there, we could figure that where we could get our traffic flow good, the way that it needs to be, and it would be enough to generate enough revenue to actually.
Yeah, see me, Scotty, on that. I can get you some of those.
Did you give a date for that, Elsa? I'm sorry.
Yes, October 25th.
Okay, thank you.
And we're hoping this will continue to grow each year and, be an annual event. And okay, going back to Kentucky State Fair, everyone has a copy of the volunteer sheet in your schedule. If you are interested, touch base with me. And those times are Central Standard. That's all I have.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks, guys. All right, any other new business? None, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Oh, Tammy's got a,
I didn't really cover some of the stuff Elsa pointed out to me on my notes. I know it's been a requirement for an adult to be over there at the aquatic center. Because of my schedule, like yesterday, I ended up working 12 hours because I had to be here in the morning for payroll, and then I got in a meeting and I didn't get to take lunch, so I had to go straight over to the pool. I'm wondering if you're okay. Georgia's been trained on how to do things. She's 21. She's my assistant. If you're okay with her at least taking some hours over there so I'm not pulling.
is she currently over there?
No, not right
She's
now.
here.
Bailey's there today.
Okay.
Bailey she's going to be there Wednesday, or today and Thursday. And then, so we have to cover 3 days this week.
I mean,
and
you're
she's been the
recommending
weekends.
her to do that? You
I'm
think she's
recommending,
capable?
if you guys would be okay with it, having her at least fill in sometimes so that I can bounce back and forth.
I'm perfectly okay with it. I've met her, and I think she's very nice. She's dependable, and I think she would be good.
All right, I appreciate that.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Elsa, can I say something right quick before we
Sure.
adjourn? I just think we all need to congratulate Kelly Stevenson on the baseball complex unveiling sign.
That's cool.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service, Kelly.
Thank you.
That was an honor.
A lot of people
It was a good morning.
over the 30 years that I've had service here in the city have helped create there. Yes, I am proud of that. The people that I've served with from city council, there's been over 40, and I've served 4 mayors, and they've all been very supportive of youth sports. When we first started, we didn't have anything, nothing at all. And we started out the girls softball park down there in our flood zone. We managed to raise a little bit of money for that, which we didn't have. And we're very fortunate to be in the shape we are right now. I have to give former Councilman Stephen Elder credit for coming up with the restaurant tax proposal that he researched in Frankfurt, and we were able to raise the money for that and create these committees in our pool and our ballparks. And so, yes, I can't take sole credit for that. A lot of people have reinforced our thoughts. Been a lot of policies, and we've had some rejections too. Our own city council, we barely voted by 1 vote to create the tax and so forth. But we've done well. So thank you all, and I appreciate it. And
Well, we appreciate you.
Yeah. And support your local restaurants, right?
Yes, support your local restaurants, so we can keep
We
on,
keep
keep
going,
on.
doing good things. All right, any other new business? None? Take a motion to adjourn. So move. Anthony? Angie? All in favor with sign of aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you all.
Well, that was